So it's battle time.
How do you top the hottest stepping movie of all time?
It was hard, it was no music, so it was all about the precision. It's like hardcore stepping, flips and spins, choreographed moves, one-on-one dance battles.
Everything you loved about the first one to the 10th power.
The approach to making the stepping different for Stomp the Yard Homecoming was this one. It was more what we call breaking the bones, so it was a lot more people doing gymnastic type performances.
We put the challenge to our choreographer: how do you take stepping to the next level? We wanted to do things that would have people at step shows around the country emulating our routines and our choreography.
In Homecoming, what I'm trying to do is take it to the next level. I've seen thousands and thousands of step shows, and what I want to do is fuse, my experience in dance with my experiences in stepping.
So the line is going to be facing like here, and you guys are going to be right here doing your whole routine.
I really like Chuck's style, and we really learned him on this because he was a step master for his fraternity, and there was also a fire in Chuck that I thought that he could really bring to this.
Chuck is a true stepper. He stepped all throughout college, but he also is an amazing dancer and choreographer, so he's already got the right blend.
2, 3, 4, gamma, side. So I need to hear that.
We knew how talented he was. We knew he'd be up to the challenge.
So I want to kind of like do the b-boy thing with the tricks and, with the just a bigger production as opposed to, what you would normally see at Greek step shows in college.
His style is edgy. His style is about hard stepping, precise movements, stuff that is very rhythmic and syncopated. When he choreographs his stepping routines, he always wants them to have a certain beat and a certain feel and a certain rhythm.
I've actually known Chuck for some years because I started off as a dancer taking his classes. Chuck is very passionate about his craft. His dance style is very smooth, very clean lines, and very intricate. The way he blends hip-hop and stepping together is just amazing.
Chuck likes to step to music rather than just a cappella step, and with that it adds just a whole new element to the song you're dancing or stepping to.
When Rob and I were talking to Chuck about this film right before we were going into production, one of the things I said to him is that last time the Muse were edgy, they were hard. They've got to be even edgier. They've got to be even harder. I want these guys, when they step in their boots, to be breaking the concrete.
We talked a lot about themes and imagery, so when we first see Theta Nu Theta, they progress from peasants, if you will, when they come up on the yard, to ninja masters at the end.
My conversations with Chuck has only been, you're gonna need to water down the Mu Gammas because you got them on fire this year.
And we wanted the steps this time to have emotion and be heartfelt. We wanted to see it on the guys' faces and in their bodies and in their rhythms and in the routines.
We had a really intense program. We separated the Muse and the Thetas. They all had line names and line numbers, and they would march and do the things that we needed them to do to bond as a fraternity. So that way, by the time that you met on film, you felt like the other team was your rival.
We had 2 weeks to rehearse, 8 hours a day, learning steps. We had to cram in so much information, and that was tedious and tiring in itself, waking up at 7:30 every morning and going over it over and over and over again, and every day we're learning something new.
The training has been totally intense. It's been weeks and weeks because you think you have rhythm, but...
In the rehearsal process, because they knew that I didn't step, they really wanted me to understand what it means to be a part of a fraternity.
Choosing a lead in a film like Stomp the Yard Homecoming is tough. He had to be someone that could dance, and you would believe that he could lead this team.
Collins can dance. I'll still battle you, Collins. Don't think I won't, boy.
Collins Penny was a great find. He auditioned for the film, and his dancing really wowed me. The next question was, can he step? Because those are two different skill sets.
So what they did was they instructed each rehearsal as if I was pledging. That was a genius idea, because I don't know if I would have got it in detail if he didn't do that.
I felt like that worked really well. We put them on like an intense regimen where they were working out for 3 times a day. And it really paid off because by the time we got to the finale scenes, we had them do the whole performance 5 to 7 to 10 times back to back to back to back.
Stepping to the degree that we're doing it in the movie is a whole new thing. Now, I haven't stepped this hard much. I've stepped, you know, I can do like a stomp and clap to the beat, you know, but I mean all the clap on your chest and then brush it off here and wait for your friend to do it so you can do another one, that's to a whole new level.
The physicality involved in stepping, it will surprise people. It is such a pounding on your body. You're doing the same steps over and over again. You're stomping the ground. You're hitting your feet and your thighs and your legs and your chest with your hands. At the end of the day, your hands are calloused and your feet are bruised.
You had to have your cardio up. You had to have the stamina. You know, your muscles were cramping. And so you had guys that were literally like, Rob, this performance is 10 minutes. We've already done it 5 times in a row. My man. And I was like, yeah, 2 more times so we can get this.
When we were filming our bonfire scene, these guys had to learn their greetings to the campus on the spot.
When you watch the Theta Nu Thetas and the Mu Gammas perform, you see passion and you see that fire. And when you watch, you know, Chuck from the side of the stage looking at them, you see that same passion, that same fire.
It was a challenging process, but the people that I was working with, and Chuck made it so easy that it was like I was busting my behind, but I didn't know it. I woke up excited to go to work every day.
In the first Stomp the Yard, we never really got a chance to see the ladies step. So the ladies got a chance to have their own step scene.
I told Chuck and I told our lead actresses, we want something that is sexy, yet we want something that still has edge and is still true stepping.
And it's hard. Stepping is absolutely not easy.
Tika, she doesn't even come from a dance background. She really did her thing and Chuck worked with them and it just looks so sexy.
Learning it and having to actually do it, you really see that it's a lifestyle. And it's crazy because I didn't know how serious it was to them, you know what I'm saying? I'm just thinking stepping is something easy.
No, it's hard. It's another level. It's not even dancing. It's like you're putting all these beats together with just your hands, feet, and thighs.
The ladies got a chance to come out, have a real crowd that was out there just for them, and they did a great job.
I actually snuck into a couple of rehearsals, even when I wasn't supposed to be there, just to check them out.
Somebody that was really amazing to watch was Twitch.
Steven Boss, my man Twitch. People who know dance, they know him. They know Twitch.
And anytime he was on set, he would do somersaults and flips and handspins and the old school kick worm for all the 80s babies out there.
He brought a life to that character, Taz. He gave us what was on the page and then some.
Hands down, most improved is Pooch Hall, and he works so hard. He went from barely knowing what stepping is to actually going out there and doing his thing.
Pooch is my man. Pooch is not a stepper. When we had the whole choreography laid out, I said, okay, Pooch, we're gonna need you in the back, brother. Okay, not in the front, not in the middle, nope, the back. Pooch took that as a challenge, and by the end of the shoot, he was right on time.
Working with the cast was incredible. They were so driven and hardworking that it really made you step your game up.
I think that we've achieved a really good cast of people here. They're really great. They're ambitious. They've already seen the first one. They know what the expectations are, so they're really working extremely hard.
Doing Stomp the Yard Homecoming as a director was a treat because you got a chance to work with a lot of great actors, a lot of great dancers. The energy was through the roof.
We've got such a great cast, such a talented cast.
We had a lot of fun together, you know what I mean?
When people see Stomp the Yard 2, I want everybody to go out thinking they can step.
The dancing was amazing. There were so many times when we cut the camera off and you look over into a corner and there could be a real life dance battle that was happening.
At first it was a little, scary because the success of the first one, there's high expectations.
Stepping for me wasn't easy. In dance, we could rely on the beat and the rhythm and the music. In stepping, you are the music.
It's one thing to be able to dance in the dance battle, but it's another thing to have to step and have a certain type of rhythm and syncopation along with a group of people.
It was hard work, but we were excited to go to work every day and to learn and to challenge ourselves to be better.
With the sequel, you can take some chances that sometimes you can't take in the original version, and that's what we did.
You're gonna get a whole lot of new things that you didn't necessarily see in the first one, but you'll see on dance shows, you'll see on college campuses, you'll see in dance battles across the country.